If you're wondering about setting foot in a church, or curious about the building and what goes on in it, or hoping to find out about Christianity, this is for you. Maybe something has led you to think about life's big questions, and you're hoping that what goes on in churches might be of help. You might even be about to make a more serious Christian commitment by being baptized or confirmed. The door to your church might be a very old door with a large handle, iron bands and nails. It might be a very modern door made of glass so that you can see what's going on inside. Churches come in all shapes and sizes. That's because the church has grown up in lots of different places and at lots of different times. The church has put down roots wherever it has found itself. Christians have often used local materials and local building techniques, and just as churches and church doors vary enormously in style and construction, so what goes on inside them varies too. The church you're about to enter is part of a wonderfully varied world. Part of the excitement of entering a church is discovering a new part of that Christian world. Now, don't be put off. Opening any door is slightly scary. We're entering a new world, and it is helpful to know what is expected of us. Have you noticed visitors going into a hospital? The doors open automatically, and once inside, many people stand about looking a little lost. They may be wondering how to find the ward their relative is in. They're probably wondering how to find a particular department and how far they might have to walk. And when they get to the ward, the visitors may not be sure whether they're allowed in or whether there are special visiting times. Then, before going into the ward, they must wash their hands, using the hand gel to prevent the spread of infection. Going into a restaurant can be a little daunting too. Do we wait to be seated or just go and find a seat? Will a waiter come and take our order, or do we go up to the bar? And if we go up to the bar, the first question the waiter asks us is, "What is your table number?" I don't know. Whether it's a station or a supermarket, a prison or a post office, a medical centre or a school, an art gallery or a library, a hotel or someone's home, there are things we have to learn as we go through the doors. Usually we pick these things up very quickly, but not always. If we're not able to get about very easily, or if we aren't able to see or read the notices, it can be much harder. Hopefully access will be easy, and there will be people to welcome us. I hope your church has someone to welcome you and help you to feel at home. I hope also that you won't be too surprised if you're not always sure what's happening, or if you feel a little out of place. That's what it's like when we first go through any door into a new world. There's another thing that often strikes us as we go into a place for the first time, and that is the jargon. I was taken into hospital with a nosebleed that I couldn't stop. After the doctors had packed my nose, a nurse gave me an information leaflet. It was headed the otolaryngology department, and told me what to do after my epistaxis. Often there are very good reasons for using precise medical or technical language. Sometimes there aren't any other common words that will do. Churches have their own special language too. I often think the words we use in our worship are worse than those medical terms on the information leaflet I was given in the ear, nose and throat department. I hope your church uses everyday language, but it isn't always possible. Sometimes we use things in our worship which have special names. Sometimes we want to talk about our experiences and feel the need for special words to describe them. It's a bit like trying to describe the taste of a wine or the effect of a painting. Unless we're experts or connoisseurs, we struggle to find the right words. So as you open the door to your church and begin to explore, remember this is one church in the wide world of the whole church. Remember too that entering any new world may make us feel a little strange at first. But do ask. The questions you want to ask are probably the questions the people who've been in the church a lot longer than you have also wanted to ask. Jesus in the Bible, in the Gospel according to John, says, "I am the door." You'll find it in chapter 10 of John's Gospel at verse 9. It's a very odd thing to say. I don't think anyone has ever said to me, "I am the door." This isn't the place to go into a long explanation of why Jesus said, "I am the door," or the particular door he might have been talking about. However, the church you are entering is there because of Jesus. A lot of what happens in church happens because of him. As you enter the world of the church, you will find that one of the keys to understanding the world of the church is Jesus. To become part of the church, we have, as it were, to go through him. And in that sense, we too want to say, Jesus is the door to the church.